I'm Shannon on a very rainy Pittsburgh day. It is Sunday, May 1st, and we are actually here in front of the Pittsburgh Marathon, which is being held for the first time in person in 3 years. We are here to support the Outlier Fund with patient Harry Lorusso, who is our guest on the Game On Glio Podcast. He is actually a patient with glioblastoma, and he is running the full 26 miles of the Pittsburgh Marathon today, right here, right now, and we are here to support him.
Hi, my name is Danny Ryan, and I am part of the Outlier Fund. I joined the Outlier Fund when I met Harry. I found out that Harry was diagnosed with glioblastoma, and my father passed away from glioblastoma a few years ago. My dad was diagnosed when he was in his 60s, and my sisters and family took care of him. We were his caregivers. When we found out that he had glioblastoma, it was a word that we'd never heard before. There wasn't a lot of information out there, and not a lot of resources that we could really depend on or know of. Didn't know anyone that had glioblastoma, but we were very lucky to be in New York City and have the wonderful care of the doctors at Weill Cornell, who took incredible care of my dad, and we were able to be with him every step of the way. It was really inspiring when I came to Pittsburgh. I work at a coffee shop in Pittsburgh, and Harry was one of our first customers. We became really good friends, and I found out that he had some type of cancer, and then I heard that it was glio, and I was absolutely blown away to know Harry and to see what a healthy individual he was after being diagnosed with glio. Truly inspired by Harry. I've never met someone with his type of drive and his positivity. I think that the really difficult thing about glioblastoma is once you get that diagnosis, there's a lot of decisions that need to be made right away. And there's not many resources or maybe people that you really trust or know that you can trust about that. So with the Outlier Fund, there's a huge push to be able to spread that awareness and be able to give people the resources that they need to help someone with glio, or if they have glio, help caregivers, and also to show what type of options are out there to help people with glio, so it doesn't seem as foreign and scary, even though it is an incredibly scary disease. But I am so incredibly honored to be part of the Outlier Fund. I am even more honored and in awe of Harry and Dana, and I can so happy to call them friends and be part of the Outlier Fund.
Harry is a glioblastoma thriver, survivor, husband, dad, and he is sitting here with us today, having just finished the race in really amazing record time, I must say. I was impressed when I heard.
Ever marathon.
So, first ever marathon. So tell us a little bit about how you feel about having finished the race, the time that you finished in, and why this was so important to you.
Sure. I feel like, in a sense, my journey through glioblastoma was a marathon. From start to where I am right now. It just a sense of little accomplishments along the way, and that's kind of how it was out there today. It was 1 mile at a time. And for me, the journey through glioblastoma was not just about me. It was about my wife, my family, my friends, the sacrifices that she made, and training for this marathon was the same way. We both work full time. We're parents, and I would have to run early mornings or late nights, and it led to me missing bath time, bedtime, dinner sometimes, and I tapped into a lot of motivation today because of the sacrifices that she made to help me get to the start line today. And it was a success, and we're so great to be here celebrating with you, our friends and our family.
Got a lot of friends, a lot of family that are here with you guys today.
It's amazing. The support's amazing.
The energy around this is just, it fills me up. I mean, just to see this when we're talking about brain cancer, there can be hope and there can be energy, positive energy surrounding this, and it's so amazing to see. But you didn't get here alone.
Not at all.
You have an amazing woman sitting next to you right now. So tell us a little bit about your journey with him.
Loaded question.
Yes.
Well, something that just came to my mind as you were asking that question is last night we had a smaller group at our house, and 3 years ago when he was diagnosed in March of 19, all of these friends and family flew in and were by his side and by our side for weeks until it was ready for them, time for them to come home. They stayed across the street in an Airbnb and said, let me know if I can come over for 15 minutes today. I'm more than happy to, like if Harry doesn't want us over today, whatever. So when we had them over at our house last night, it was just so exciting to say that 3 years ago we were rallying for kind of a different feeling, and now it's just all celebration of life. So the journey's been extremely difficult, but I'm sure that Harry has already mentioned to you, we wouldn't trade it for the world. It was the best gift we've ever been given. And honestly, it's just allowed me to fall more and more in love with him. He's just an amazing human. He's an amazing dad. He's an amazing father, husband. The person that you heard through the podcast is the person that he is. He's just amazing. He's been an athlete his whole life and then transitioned into, kind of battling everything with glio that he just took the same mindset with. So there's ups and downs, but we are grateful for everything that's come our way because of it, and we just keep with a positive attitude.
I think that's what it takes. And you guys are a shining example of the kind of energy and spirit it takes to walk this journey. It is not easy for patient or caregiver. It can be a really difficult process. And to see the two of you sitting here in this way, doing this kind of work, and you guys started the Outlier Fund because of the journey that you guys are on. And you guys raised a lot of money doing the marathon for the Outlier Fund, correct? So where are we at right now after the marathon?
So post-marathon,
Have you checked?
I have.
Okay.
We are at $43,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
And,
amazing.
Being my first marathon, and came in with the goal of $26,200. It was the distance that I ran today, 26.2 miles, and we absolutely blew it out of the water.
Wow.
It was over 400 different donations.
And that's just a testament to who he is. Anyone that meets him wants to be a part of his life, and that's free glio, but then they find out about glio and they just want to know how they can help as soon as they learn who he is and his personality and everything. So it's 100% a testament to who he is. And so
It's been amazing.
That says so much about the energy that surrounds all of our fight to find a cure, to find clinical trials that offer sustainability so that we can treat this more like rheumatoid arthritis, where maybe it never goes away, but you can treat it for the rest of your life. I would love to see either one of those things happen, and that is my mission. It's your mission. I think the amount of money that you guys have raised is just tremendous, and I know that you guys are going to keep going with it. So what are some of your hopes for down the road?
I think for us, we really want to build out on our page resources. We want to be able to impact lives of others who have taken on this disease and share resources. We feel like there needs to be a landing spot, much like you're doing, where it shares what works for others that are in the same position. For me, I did the digging. I went and, we sat in front of the computer and we helped us find your podcast. And we found what worked for other people who were diagnosed, and what little pieces could we take from their story and their journey that have been valuable for them, and utilize them on our own mission to get to the other side of this. And we'd like to have our platform be that resource for others.
but also just to help the community. And we know that we were very fortunate through his journey in his treatment, loving, supportive community, transportation, food, all of those things, but not everybody's always that lucky. So we hope to help people that need a little help during that situation, or spread a little love too.
There's definitely a gap with that. Yeah. I know that for Game On Glio, I have a resource page for people in different states to know where to go. But there needs to be more for the families as they're walking through the journey, because there are some people. I met a woman today down here in Pittsburgh. I was at a coffee shop. I was telling you earlier. We were just sitting at a table trying to get out of the rain, sheltering, waiting for to be able to come down here. And this woman talked about her best friend that's in Ohio who's got brain cancer and has nobody. She has 2 young children. She's been dealing with it for over 8-9 years. She ended up having some other issues because of the brain cancer and is now in an assisted living place. And she's got nobody to really help out. She has, I think, a sister who tries to help out from long distance, but there's no huge support system for her, so she had nobody really advocating, and that breaks my heart. We need to have more support for those people who don't have anyone, because it is a grueling process to go through by yourself.
Even if it's just a phone call.
Yes.
I've talked to so many people in the same position that I was in, or I am in now, who've just wanted to talk to someone. And I'm always happy to communicate with this community. They've done, we're all really in this together. Caregivers, people who are diagnosed, and I think there needs to be a sense of unity, because that's how we're going to get to the other side of it.
Yeah, we're kind of one big family.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So what are your hopes for yourself, for yourselves going forward into your future?
Well, Harry made the goal after diagnosis that we want to be grandparents sitting across the table from each other drinking coffee.
Nice.
Talking and watching our grandchildren play. So that's one of our goals, long-term goals, and everything in between from there. But growing our family.
I'll share you something pretty close to me. So we have a 10-month-old at home, and every night we put him down together to bed. That Dana never loses track of what we've gained from this diagnosis, the sense of perspective and the value of time, how important it is, especially with our son. And I pray that he knows, and I think this marathon is proof of it, and I hope that one day he really processes that whatever you put your mind to is so possible. And then I hope that he knows, and I pray this every night when we put him down to bed, how proud I am of him, and how proud I am of you for how great of a mother you are through all of this. I really am. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Hard not to get choked up with that. I'm proud of you guys, and I'm so grateful that you shared your story with us. For those who are watching, who are listening, today is May 1st. It was the day of the full marathon. It also happens to be the start of Brain Cancer Awareness Month. So it is Go Gray in May, and what a fitting way to celebrate the first day of Brain Cancer Awareness Month than to have completed a 26-mile marathon as a GBM patient. And you did it in 3 hours and
30 minutes.
3 hours and 30 minutes, which blows my mind, having never done a marathon before. So thank you so much for sharing a piece of your story, for sharing yourselves with all of us and with this community.
Of course.
Keep doing the work that you're doing.
Thank you for doing the work that you're doing.
Of course.
Thank you.
We appreciate it so much. Thank you for letting us share our story.
Absolutely. It goes so far in the work that we're all trying to do to help this community. So thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Absolutely.